Good evening and welcome to Stupid O'Clock. I'm here because Joe McKeel isn't. With me tonight is the ever lovely Dan Hollyfield and the ever bubbly and lovely Don Dulles. And am I still pronouncing your last name wrong? Pronounce your last name for me.
Dulles.
Dulles.
Long U.
I'll use Dulles. Dulles.
Long U, not short.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Dulles.
And she's not short either. She's kind of tall.
And the ever lovely Joe Bachman.
If I'm looking lovely, you've had a lot to drink tonight.
We're working on that.
Yeah, ask me again in an hour. Okay, and the ever
Hey,
lovely
Carl!
Carl!
Hey, Carl.
Oh. Didn't know you were hopping on with us tonight.
I didn't either until I actually started punching buttons.
I have to finish something off.
Oh, yes.
I brought some home, which I didn't think would ever happen.
Yeah, well, I haven't even opened the bottle I brought, so.
Okay.
Of course, we got to.
Maybe later. I do have an event coming up.
And for those who are wondering from Saturday night, when I hopped into the stream, I was in bed already.
So that we were trying to figure out what body part that was.
It was propping up the screen. Don't worry about it.
That was his tablet holder. Yeah, that was the kickstand for his tablet. Yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah, I've heard of Kickstarters, but yeah, kickstand, that's a good one. I closed the door to the room. Now it's getting warm in here.
I wonder why.
So damn much are warm.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. It's 80 degrees in this room now. No wonder I feel comfortable finally.
It's going to get warmer with all the computer stuff. You know.
No, the computers were keeping it about 53. Cranked on the heater and it goes, challenge accepted.
We had our first good freeze yesterday.
We had a light frost this
lost
morning.
All my okra plants bit it.
Oh
All the tomato plants that were out in the yard bit it.
Okay, party time, folks. The okra's dead. Ding dong, the okra's dead.
Let's see what was
I'm sorry,
basil.
John. I'm sorry, John. The only thing that I can stand okra in these days is gumbo.
Gumbo, yeah.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that. But fried okra, pickled okra, no, thank you. My mom used to fry okra, and I'm going.
My mom raised picky eaters, but I wasn't one of them. So that's
my mom raised picky eaters, and I was one of them. I looked at the okra, and I go, "I'll take the spanking, thank you."
Well, congratulations, Dan, on your 1-year-old granddaughter named Harper.
Thank you.
Now, let me see if I read.
Hi, Carrie.
Yeah, let me see if I read the post right, Dan. Sometime tonight, you're going to be a year older.
My official birthday starts about 3 a.m., but I'll take anything after midnight as an excuse to be a pensioner.
A pensioner? Oh, wait, never mind.
Pensioner, yes, like old enough to draw a pension.
Not
pensioner.
Not like this. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Although if you need a tensioner, I believe I can do that one too.
I thought he was talking about like pinching an ice cube or something.
I've never pinched an ice cube. I just pick them up and put them in a glass and pour something interesting over them. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 66 years ago, a little bit later tonight, the Russians launched Sputnik 2 with the little dog Laika aboard, and I was born at almost the same moment. I did not connive this, but
I think not.
I did not connive this, but my mother swears I did.
I agree with your mother.
I was not old enough to connive at the time. Give me a week or two.
Sylvie!
Oh, sorry. Oh, and we now have a short-term indoor cat who Lindsay's going to have to take to the vet because one of his front paws is infected. So we're going to have to take that and get it seen to before it gets worse.
There's other kitty news in this panel too.
Yeah, he had his paw was swollen when we got home from the convention. So we're trying to get in the line for vet appointments, and I'm sure it's nothing, but I still worry. But he's been allowed to come in the house, and this morning I woke up with little bitty gray kitty on one side and a great big German Shepherd on the other side, and across the acres of bed was my wife going, "Sucker."
Joe, unmute and talk.
Hi.
Nope, wrong Joe. Joe Dog is in the stream with an avatar only, but he threatened to go to bed while we were on the show. So
I told him I would put an ice cream shirt on if he came on the show, and he didn't say he would, so I'm not wearing an ice cream shirt. Now, Joe, talk.
Thank you.
you really an excuse to launder the black shirt. Yes,
I guess he's over here sneezing.
Aw, Kitty has the sneezels.
He gets in this dusty places he shouldn't.
Hey. I'm not touching that line. This is not the green room. I am not touching that line.
I had a cat. He used to sit on the arm of my chair while I was doing stuff. and sneeze in my ear.
Mhm. He sneezed in my face one night. He wanted me up, I guess, or something.
We heard Donna from the other room, so I'm sure that was editorial.
We're going to
Dawn.
talk about another cat.
No. Dawn, I have one question. Oh, that's a Sphinx kitty.
Yep, that is the cat that we just recently got. And actually, I'm going to share a picture from today.
Oh.
Or he's just gonna leave.
No, he's just going to knock himself out of the. Oh, look at that.
Oh, he's blue.
You know, that's one of the few Siamese that I've seen that don't have blue eyes.
And it's probably because the
There we
lighting.
go.
There we go.
Welcome back, Joe. I was
I was
about
going to say, they totally took me out of the show.
No. You took you out of the show sharing your screen.
Oh.
Yeah.
I went to bring your screen up and you accidentally knocked yourself out. So knock yourself out.
Joey said, "Knock yourself out."
But yeah,
give
he is
the man a break. He's not in the truck right now supervising a construction scene. He doesn't know what to do when he's at home.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, he's about
Oh.
3 years old, and we rescued him from the park. He was hanging around our park for about the last week or two, and very skinny. So we managed to get him into a cat carrier, got him to the vet, and had him checked out, and now he's here. And in about another week or two, we'll start bringing him down here into the basement where all the computers are at, and
let him unplug everything so you can go
and teach him how to be an IT technician.
Yep.
Yeah, really.
Teach him how to start burning wood.
Or polishing.
I was polishing the plate with the sock.
Put him in
Honey,
charge.
I wouldn't have told that one.
Okay.
Cat scan. Yes, that's a good one too. All right. All of us but Mr. Bachman were at HallowCon this weekend. What is everyone's official pronouncement on the success of the convention?
I don't know about the convention, but a lot of us had fun.
Let's go over the positive things first. A, the hotel did not burn down.
That's a plus.
B, the power stayed on the whole time.
Okay.
Which that's a first. Let's see. What was it? Let's see. The cornhole went over better than expected. A lot of riders got
better, but
a lot of riders got money. Let's see.
Artist and craftspeoples.
Definitely.
Yeah, it was good.
I will address the one issue that we have noticed over the years is attendance is slowly dropping off. We need to get some younger folks in there. So that's one of those things we're just going to have to put our heads together and see if we can figure out how to.
Yeah. Maybe a game room. That sounds like the perfect thing for Kyle to be in charge of, because he knows more about that stuff than any of us.
I say we have a design your own emoji competition.
That would work.
See, I'm really ticked off at Facebook because they still do not have a WTF emoji.
Yeah, well, I think their servers would crash with the amount that would get used.
That would be the only emoji being used, I'm pretty sure. About
Well,
95% of all responses would be the WTF emoji.
what
Yeah.
is this?
See,
Yeah.
they added that silly darn "I love this" the hugs emoji,
Mm-hmm.
which that they already had a love emoji. Why did they need a hugs?
I think
They've
that
got it
was-
labeled as "I care."
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
that's they need an "I
somebody
don't
tells-
care."
Somebody tells a sad story, and you don't want to.
Oh, and Emily just sent us
like
a
it. You just want
message.
to say, "Oh, I care about you." Keep
So
going.
they need to put one up there
It'll
that's
be
like,
okay.
really, yeah, like
Even the questioning look.
Mhm.
they need a WTF emoji. I mean, that's
Mhm.
just,
Yeah, really, Mr. Spock with one eyebrow raised, that would do.
Everyone got
Licensing would be a nightmare. Yes,
they
I'm
need
sorry.
two of them. They need two of them. One of them is the question WTF emoji. Okay, and it's like, what? That kind of thing. The other one is like the angry WTF emoji. It's like, what the? It's like,
Yeah, you could use Dawn's mother's look. Yeah, that one. That works.
Curie said that everyone got a free show over at the cornhole area.
aw.
They did. They got a pre-show over there.
Mm.
They got
was a pre-show.
Stupid O'Clock live from the pool side.
And we have a new pumpkin chunkin champion with
The
us
queen
tonight.
of pumpkin chunking.
Where is it? Right there's my trophy.
Oh, and there's the Tennessee Iron Man with us.
Hi, Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Yes,
We were
hey,
just talking about
Sean.
you.
Sean?
We were just talking about all them pumpkins you chunked.
And let's see. Lindsay made a good profit on the vendors table. I sold out of everything but about 5 copies of one book. Everything else is gone except for the 2 music CDs. And
Nice.
Yeah.
Lindsay's after me to go, hey, other people do music CDs now. It's not like that was the only market you ever would have. Oh, Sean, we would love to have you back here next
Sean.
year.
I'm glad he came in here. They posted in the HallowCon's site, the Whitfield County Examiner, which is the local newspaper for where the hotel was, where we had the convention. They had a picture of the convention. Guess who was the picture? That's right. Tennessee.
Ta-da! The man of iron himself.
Hang on, let me see if I can find that thing real quick.
He saw it. He thinks it's awesome.
Very good.
Did you find it, John?
No, there's too much funny stuff. Hang on a second.
Well, and I posted pictures on the HallowCon HallowCon Facebook page of before I broke the scribe.
I saw those. Oh, there we go.
After I broke the scribe, there was no taking pictures because I was basically crying at that point in time.
Dawn, I'll let you explain that one to Lindsay because I was without words. I could not explain what that meant.
I don't know how to explain it either.
Yeah, Donna was saying it's very hard to describe what the Oracle.
Oh, Dalton Daily Citizen. I'm sorry, it was not the Whitfield County.
Yeah. And if you look right over that one woman's shoulder, there's Dawn right there.
There's Dawn right there. You made the papers, Dawn.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, that's Ellie. She was one of the featured authors at the convention. The girl that Sean, or excuse me, Iron Man is talking to. She was one of the authors.
I thought that was Sean's wife. Sorry, it's so hard to keep track of people when you're there.
Yeah. And once the bar opens.
Oh, I'm glad you had fun jumping on Stupid O'Clock with us, Sean. It was fun having you live and in person.
That was Elizabeth, he says. So, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's Kiri said that's that's his friend Elizabeth.
Oh, okay. Even better.
Elizabeth. Oh, that was okay. I thought that was Ellie that was in the picture. My apologies.
We missed you at the convention, Carrie. We really got to get you in there.
Mhm.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, live in person.
Oh, Joe Dog did make a major mistake at this
Oh.
convention.
Only one?
Yes. Next year, I will be a guest author.
Ooh, that's right. You're going from the huckster's room up to the pinnacle
up
of author book sales.
to the Nook side.
Evidently, if everything works out, I'll be sitting in between Stephanie and Brian K. Morris.
Wow.
So,
Well, that's a good spot to be in.
yeah. Although, with knowing those two, nobody will ever see I'm there.
Okay, Dan, if you want to keep Stephanie from like overshadowing your book sale, like everyone, nobody gets past her booth because they're buying her books and that sort of stuff like that. It's real easy. When the people come up to the dais where all the authors are, right? Throw one of these at Stephanie and then start talking to the book buyers.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay. I was thinking of bringing a Betty Page poster, but no, that's a better plan.
There was karaoke, Kiri. We were obviously doing SSC
look
during
who's
it, but there was
here.
karaoke.
Oh, Zach is with us! Yay!
Hey, Zach.
Sorry,
Hey,
I got
Zach.
stuck in a meeting and then had to eat food. And hello.
Okay, Zach, got a question for you.
Oh no.
And well, it's a Canada question.
Oh dear Lord.
So I'm watching the
I'm yelling.
news, and apparently there's this Trans-Canada highway.
Yes, the pothole highway of the world. Yes.
I guess that's it. Well, a guy was toting a trailer with the pickup truck. He was toting this trailer that was full of fireworks. Okay. And apparently he parked on the side of the road for some reason, and a tractor trailer rig coming down the highway rear-ended this trailer full of fireworks.
I think I saw a video on this.
And the people that were on the highway when this happened said that for like 1 hour, it was the greatest fireworks display they've ever seen.
Yeah, there's some pretty good videos of it. It was about.
So for the first 30 minutes, it was just boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 like a finale at a fireworks display.
I haven't heard anyone say if the driver that drove into the explosive truck is alive or not.
He's fine. Apparently, he knocked the trailer off the side of the road.
oh.
So
Skills.
when
So
the guy,
inside of the
when the
road.
guy pulled
Ouch.
off the road, the trailer was kind of hanging out slightly. So
If it happened where I think it did, if I remember correctly, I'm not surprised that we have a couple areas of the Trans-Canada. One's called the Coquihalla. There's a couple others that are extremely narrow parts of the highway to curve through the Rockies. So they're very tight. And there's a couple TV shows actually about it for like in the winter because it's not Ice Road Truckers, it's Ice Rescue or something. That it's like every day, like 50 semis end up in the ditch and they have to bring out the huge things to scoop them out because it's just sheer black ice. And though that's our main highway or interstate to cross the country, it gets closed probably a month to 2 months total in a year through the winter. Just because of how not great it is.
Yeah,
I don't think it's been updated since they built it in whenever they did.
I couldn't remember exactly where you lived, but when I read the story, I think it was somewhere in your neck of the woods.
I think it's about 9-10 hours from me, roughly. But I've driven that. I'll find out. But
Sadly, in the
it's
US,
a
that's still
really
considered
wide
in your neck
country.
of the woods.
let me
I mean,
see.
Canada is actually wider than the continental U.S. If you know,
Yeah, it's
if you don't count Canada, you don't count Alaska.
well, the only thing
it's
they said
sitting
is
up there going,
Trans-Canada Highway in
hey,
British.
Russia.
Yeah, it was in Hope, BC, which is
British Columbia.
thinking slowly 10 and a half or 11 and a half hours for me. Okay, it's further. Okay, it's almost in Vancouver. The one reason I know Hope is there was when I was a kid a cafe that was in a caboose, and it was fantastic. And it was the last stop before we got to Vancouver. So when we did that 14-hour drive, you knew it was a good moment when you got to the caboose because you were almost done. But going home, it was the opposite way.
When
I
she
was left the caboose. It's 10 hours till I get to my bedroom.
Yep.
When I was living in Biloxi, we went to Florida. I can't remember if we went to Disney World or Orlando, one or the other. But it's a long drive to get back to Biloxi. Okay? And the way you know you're almost there is you see the battleship. Right there in Mobile Bay, they've got the battleship Alabama, and it's like, ooh, and a B-52, and
They could use those on 285 around Atlanta. Maybe some people would pay attention to the speed limits.
285.
Yeah, shoot at them if they go over whatever the posted thing is, and Georgia DOT can patch up those potholes in no time.
Can you send them up here? We have to. I'm not kidding. We have to plant trees in our potholes to get our city to fix them.
Have you heard what they do down?
We've taken
in the United States.
We've taken to releasing fish in them.
In the United States, because everybody's so uptight, the quickest way to get a pothole fixed is take a can of spray paint out there and paint a penis around it.
Yeah,
And enough people will complain, they'll fix that pothole in less than 24 hours.
We
or
rented
other kind of type of
Or plant the flower of the same name in the pothole. And the state patrol will have it fixed in no time.
See, we run an interesting city where they're like, well, it's fine because in the winter all the potholes go away. So that's when they're like, oh, there's not many potholes. Let us know if you see it. Well, no kidding, there's not potholes. It's full of 2 feet of snow and ice.
It's an ice skating rink. Of course, it's not a pothole.
Man.
It's a hockey rink. It's not a pothole.
Yeah, we stopped putting sand down or gravel down for 2 or 3 years and went to this green spray that they put down before it snows.
The brine spray. Yeah.
It's a type of brine. Yeah.
Which works to a point, but when you have 1.5 feet of snow in 24 hours, nothing's going to help with that.
Basically, all that's there for is to give the plows a chance to get out and start plowing. It's kind of a pre-treat of, we know the snow is supposed to come at noon. The truck drivers start at 11. By the time they do their walk around and actually get to their routes, it's going to be noon. But at least in Northwest Indiana's case, noon actually translates to like 10 a.m., so they're already an hour behind.
Can you come speak at our city hall? Because they told us it melts the snow.
No.
It does.
It
but
does.
Like we don't need plowing because of it.
Oh, yeah, they're done then. They're morons.
Yeah, well, it's a government. I mean, seriously.
It creates a layer of water across the top of the road that will not freeze because of the salt. So when the ice starts building up on it and the snowplow comes along, it can get all that stuff off.
As long as they can get a lip under it at some point, they can start.
Mhm.
Okay, in theory, it makes sense. In practice, no.
Yeah.
It's an ice cream factory.
Shush!
That little convenience store down below the hotel where we were at the convention?
Yes.
Had a slushy machine. Ooh. Unfortunately, I didn't like either of the flavors of slushy that they had that day. So,
Jack
You guys
Daniels
realize-
and what else?
I did not eat ice cream once while I was down there.
Fix that, John.
cherry and blueberry.
Okay.
Fix that.
Now the lemon. No, my favorite's lemon lime. Lemon lime slushy is awesome.
Oh, point of order here,
Mhm.
Dawn. What did you think of the Waffle House?
It was delicious.
You think
No,
you'll?
don't baconate me. But,
We expect a full keynote address, Don.
No, I was not prepared.
Where's your coffee mug?
It's in.
It's in the kitchen full of coffee that she has to reheat.
It's in the kitchen.
I did see your sash when you got embiggened.
I saw the sash. I saw the plate. I'm just surprised she didn't have her coffee mug because
I will go get the coffee mug if that'll make you all
you
happy.
don't have to get
Can
the
the
coffee.
ice cream come in the coffee mug?
It's John you want to make happy. The rest of us are happy already.
Oh, John enjoyed every second of that.
No, I
No.
did not. I don't know why you keep saying that.
There were a couple
I
seconds.
enjoyed every second of it, and because I enjoyed it through osmosis, John enjoyed it.
There were a couple seconds.
Osmosis.
I don't think osmosis works quite that way, dear.
I'm not a coffee filter. Well, technically, I am a coffee
There
filter.
were a couple
But it's-
seconds that John did not enjoy. As he's sitting there enjoying his breakfast, all of a sudden, a small piece of ice entered the back of his T-shirt.
Wasn't
Went
small.
down his
It
back.
wasn't small. It was a full ice cube.
Mhm.
Oh, wicked
And
fun.
you want me to come next year?
And just for the record, Dawn, it was before I had my first cup of coffee of the day.
It just made
No,
you
I did
enjoy
not
that coffee
enjoy it.
even more.
Hey, Dan, I thought of another idea to get people over to your booth next year.
Yes.
Take up wood burning while you're there. The smell of smoke will get people wandering around going, where's that coming from?
Joe, you can't do that in a hotel.
You just can't get caught.
Yeah.
No, there's like things called sprinklers.
Oh, geez.
It's, you know,
Oh, that won't be enough to set off a sprinkler system, trust me.
At this hotel, want a bit? The waffles set off a sprinkler. No, and Lindsay's going to be at the booth by herself next year because I will be with the guest artists in the other room, our guest writers, and she's going. You're going to have to talk to Scott. I'm going to need your books on the table next to the stuff I'm selling because I can sell more of your books than you can. I'm going, yes, dear. Because she's right.
yeah, Stephanie's on a diet. She lost weight. Helen Piavey showed up. She's lost a lot of weight. I didn't recognize her at first. She lost that much weight.
Oh, Aunt Helen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aunt Helen's been battling a couple of health issues and she has lost a lot of weight, but she looks good and she's active as all get out. So, whatever works. Aunt Helen is a wonderful person. If you have not made her acquaintance, I recommend that you do. She
I
will
don't know if
mother
I made her
you
acquaintance.
forever.
Which
Oh,
one?
She was the older woman that was hugging everybody.
Everybody. Yeah.
yep.
Oh
Yep.
yes, I do think I met. Yes, I think
she
I
hugged Donna. She even hugged me, which is like.
She did bought up quite a few things from the auction, didn't she?
I do believe so.
Okay,
but-
I know who you're talking about. She was kind of front and center for the auction.
Yeah.
Yep, I
And
know who you're talking about.
She
I got hugs from her too.
she has always been a staple of LibertyCon, and that's
Yeah.
where Lindsay and I
Chattacon
were
and
from.
yeah.
Well, every Chattanooga area con, which HallowCon kind of benefits from being in the area.
She used to do. I think she used to do Dragon Con, if I remember correctly.
Could be. Dragon Con always having been too many people in too small a place for me to go to, I wouldn't know. That'd be like a Kazenti on the sidewalk. Only with the Wolverine claws over on the wall that I'm not going to bother to get down right now. Too much
and
information.
Dan gives really good shoulder rubs when your back is spasming. Just saying.
Oh, honey, I am famous for back rubs.
Thank you. That did help immensely. So, just saying.
Boosted my reputation a bit too.
I think all of our reputations did something over the weekend because of that live stupid o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord. Yes, I'm sorry I could not sit around and peer into the background of the camera and had to take my little laptop over someplace where there was a outlet and try and be in the
That is,
chat at the
that is
same
one of the
time.
problems with StreamYard. I imagine if I had the equipment, I could fix it, but we don't have a camera for a cameraman, so we can't do the
Well, that was the thing. We were all crowded around, and I go, I can step over here, and if I don't talk loud, it won't
Comment,
interrupt the
Zach.
sound.
Do you want me to come next year with my Starlink and some cameras?
No, we don't need all that unless you
No.
just absolutely want to show off your toys.
On says
He likes
yeah.
showing off his toys, especially the ones where the tops pop off.
The head comes off.
Oops.
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 Done.
All right. Quit breaking your rockets.
Done.
Oh, is that what the kids are calling it these
He's done
days?
it again.
Speaking of rocket news, is it Lockheed that just delivered the first Dream Chaser aircraft space plane to NASA for testing?
Yes. They're, I think, getting ready to ship it this week. Like, it's ready to go and begin testing, which is finally happening. We've
Now,
only waited a decade.
I meant to look it up. I haven't had a chance to yet. What are they going to launch that thing on? Is it going up on a Falcon or?
See, that's the fun question. It was supposed to launch on Atlas V, so Dream Chaser fits in a fairing.
Right.
So they board it and then they close the fairing. So like the people can't see outside when they fly. Also, this one doesn't have people on it, but future ones might.
Right. The first one's going to be a cargo plane. Yeah.
Well, the first bunch of them. So basically, Dream Chaser was a competitor to SpaceX's Dragon.
Right.
And NASA picked Dragon and sadly picked Boeing Starliner. So Starliner still isn't off the ground with people functionally. And Dream Chaser's like, well, we're going to build it ourselves without NASA funding. So they built a cargo variant, but now they have contracts to build crew variants for Blue Origin.
And
But
it has the
Atlas
one big
basically-
advantage over all the other ones. It can land on an airstrip. It can land on a large airport. So that's.
And their thought is that eventually, like one of the jokes with the orbital reef station is if they can find a way to launch Dream Chaser from 4, 5, 6 launch sites, you would have Dream for the commercial aspect of the station, kind of like almost in a way Deep Space Nine, like now boarding, going to London. And you would get on and fly to London from orbital reef. So you could launch from anywhere and then you would pick how to go home is the idea. They want to run it like a bus. But Atlas is almost dead. So there's only, I think, 1 or 2 Atlases booked for Dream Chaser. So it's supposed to fly on Vulcan. But then there's conversations that it might fly on other vehicles. Basically, as long as it fits in the fairing, it could fly.
I mean, SpaceX would, because of the reusable main stage, would be, in my opinion, much more economical. And, in that way, the only thing you'd lose is second stage. Well, you probably, if SpaceX build them some fairings, they could recover the fairings too. So that's.
Yeah, it'll be, well, the original design didn't have the wings folding.
Right.
So now the wings fold in so that the fairing could be literally what SpaceX currently uses. There might need to be a little modification for structure, but it wouldn't have to be a weird shaped fairing or anything for Dream Chaser to actually fit in.
So basically, we're looking at a name change for the airport in Atlanta to be the Hartsfield Intergalactic Airport.
Basically,
no, but Huntsville, the Huntsville Airport is one of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hell, if I ever finish this Jupiter 2 model I'm building that's life size, we'll probably get one in Athens. Can't figure out the anti-gravity engines, though. I'll have to ask Bob Lazar. He's on my friends list.
It's a weird plane.
No, he's not.
I don't know if it's going to work or not. It's a good concept. I think it's going to run into the same issues as shuttle, where how quickly can they turn it around? Because it's basically a mini space shuttle. It literally looks like a mini space shuttle. So if it takes 3 to 6 months to turn it around, they're going to need to build a fleet of like 30 of them.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the big issue. But if they can do that, this is what opens up the concept of printing the organs in space and bringing them back, which we've now proven we can do. So we've got parts of doing some things, but we haven't nailed the rapid going up and down yet.
Yeah, when they get the 6-hour turnaround going, everything will take off.
Oh,
no pun intended.
Speaking of rapid turnarounds, Virgin launched one of their space planes, and did it actually get into space this time?
Nope,
I don't
never
know,
will.
but you can only use them once.
No, virgins are reusable.
Then they're not virgins.
Good night, everybody.
Where's my green room sign?
I'm glad I've never said that on a launch live stream.
You're learning a lot from us. Nothing you want
that's going to
use,
come into
but-
the next live stream now. It's just going to slip in.
That's all right. You just got us monetized.
But no, they supposedly launched another one of their space planes and took a bunch of people up. And I don't know if it made it into space or not. Okay.
It went to, I don't think they've put out the full number yet, roughly about 85 kilometers.
So it did break the Kármán line?
No, Kármán line's 100.
Okay.
But it broke another line that's like 82.6 or something, is another line that some people use to describe space. Everyone uses the Kármán line. It's not space. But yeah, it's space. They still got zero gravity for almost 4 minutes. So they still get all that aspect of it. They still get an incredible view, but
do they get the little plastic Delta Airlines wings? That's what I want to know.
They get Virgin's version of them, but they don't get the FAA ones anymore. Ooh, cute.
So there's no alcohol involved.
No.
Sadly not.
Oh, wrong type of virgin. Never mind.
You know, strangely enough, the French MREs, the officers' MREs, used to contain, you know, these salad dressing packets that you tear open and pour your salad dressing out of.
Uh-huh.
They used to have one of those about that size that had cognac in it. All the officers got it. None of the other soldiers got it.
Well, that's an incentive to become an officer, isn't it?
But what was interesting, but I always wondered if you got like a sippy straw, if you could take that into space with you.
The salad
I think it's more like a toothpaste tube.
Well, you know, you got the Capri Sun with the straw with the point. Yeah, just poke a straw.
Yeah, but there's always, shall we say, leakage. So the toothpaste
that
tube
happens when I get older. Yeah.
I want to say they've done that. I know they've done like mayo and stuff.
Mayo's sticky. Cognac isn't.
Depends on how good the cognac is.
It depends on how good the mayo is.
Now, wait a minute. Do the Canadian astronauts take maple syrup with them? There's a good question.
Yes, and we leave some
but
aboard
that's
the station.
sticky too.
But we do liquids, like they've done salsa and stuff.
Okay. Now we're getting international. Maple syrup and salsa.
And guacamole. There you go.
Hey, my breakfast is ready.
The only problem
There's
is
soya sauce.
you can't have nachos in space.
Soyuz sauce?
Soya sauce.
What you got? What'd you bring me?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that they take up. It's still weird, and it probably doesn't taste the same.
From what I understand,
It's prepackaged.
it doesn't taste at all, and they have to actually add extra flavoring.
Well, it's like on an airplane. Nothing tastes like anything on an airplane until you add like a pound of salt.
And it's even worse in space because of the oxygen and phosphorus. It kills the taste. So they have to.
This is why John has a special pouch on his utility belt when he's a soldier, and it contains Tabasco in large quantities, so that everything has a taste, even if it's the same taste.
What? You want up here? You want to be on the show?
A friend of mine went and found. He found one of the large bottles of Tabasco sauce, the big thick one. You know?
The McElhenney's.
Yeah, and real Tabasco sauce, but it was almost empty, so he finished it off. He went and got a V8 cocktail drink and poured it into the Tabasco sauce bottle. And we were sitting in a briefing eating lunch. He opened up that big hot sauce bottle and just started drinking the whole thing. And the instructor was like,
Reminds me of the movie Fireproof. They're betting on who can take, the the most shots of hot sauce.
That bad, huh?
Oh, did it just freeze? Oh,
Yep.
Just sitting there pounding
Yep.
it,
He just took the hot
and
sauce.
the Proby is sitting, and the Proby can barely take it. And finally, damn it! Thought that was going to be fixed. Oh well. Finally, the captain says it was tomato sauce.
Fixed like it's supposed to work, or fixed like a cat that can't make kittens. Yes. You got to specify this stuff.
Neuter
with the
that
cable
shit.
company,
Neuter
okay?
it.
Yeah, I allegedly upgraded to 3 times the speed that I was getting on Sunday. I've yet to see it.
What service? Comcast? Xfinity?
Yeah.
Well, that's why they call it con crab.
Well, your download speed increased. Your upload may be increased by only 10 meg.
My up speeds were sitting at about 10 before, on a good day. And my down speeds were about 40. Even though I went to the 1200 megabits per second, wirelessly, I'm getting about 200 and something down and about 40 up.
What are we looking at, Zach? Space food?
That should be more than enough.
Oh, I can't hear Zach. What's Zach? Your sound's not.
How about that? Now better.
Yes.
If you pull that up, that's on station. Those are the condiments just hanging out with a Leatherman, but that's just a normal bottle of sriracha on the wall.
Oh, I see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sriracha's kind of thick. It's
That
almost.
bottle will now sell for millions and millions of dollars, not because it went to space, but because it's hard to get sriracha.
No, it won't. That bottle will not sell for millions and millions of dollars.
You can't get sriracha anywhere right now. There's a shortage.
They put that thing in a bag and dropped it in the atmosphere where it vaporized. It's
that too, but that looks just like oil to me.
Italian dressing.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, maybe he grabs it. I don't know. I haven't watched.
I don't
This is
care
the
what he
one thing the
grabs.
Canadian Space Agency is good at, is showing you how to eat food. It's one of the few videos that we ever do on the station. Anytime we send someone up once a decade, is we show you the kitchen.
Yes, the grain alcohol and Tabasco sauce,
Now, what does he
those
say?
go well together.
Was it vinegar or
That's
olive
olive oil.
Olive oil.
Squirtable olive oil.
Popeye
How
will
I
be
know that?
interested.
There's the soy sauce. You know it's a soy sauce because the entire bottle's covered in it.
And soy sauce, yeah.
It's just a bottle of mustard.
Hey, mustard, yes.
Oh,
mean,
they got two
seriously.
kinds of mustard.
yeah, brown mustard. Yeah.
Wait.
Had the corn.
Pardon me. Do you have any Grey Poupon?
That's what the flying saucers keep asking.
But does this not just look like a standard Kikkoman like soy sauce packet?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
It does look like Kikkoman, actually. From the back label.
I
It's
don't,
got more down below there.
Oh,
there's the maple syrup. There. See, look how happy the Canadian is.
Yeah, that's what they're making. Now, okay, I got to admit, I believe that's the first time I've ever seen maple syrup in a squeeze bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it in that way either. But like, look, he's like not happy at all. He's like, look, olive oil, and then he goes and gets the syrup. Yeah.
Yeah, he's happy.
Now, I always wondered if the Australian astronauts like have a Foster's tucked away somewhere. You know they got to.
Probably bring Vegemite up.
well,
Foster's. That's Australian for beer.
it's actually Canadian for beer. Foster's is not made in Australia anymore.
Is it? Oh. Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh.
Ambev owns every damn beverage.
Mm-hmm.
Foster's
Yes.
is a beer.
Foster's is a beer. It comes in half
Yes,
gallon
it's more
size.
than just a home for imaginary friends.
Mhm.
That too. Yes. No, Zach, you've never heard of Foster's? Have I been lied to? I mean,
Probably.
again?
And the Australian people that I've
I
talked
can't
to,
reach behind the curtain. The little guy with the control panel will get angry.
yeah. But the Australians I've talked to don't drink Fosters. They say that's for tourists.
Oh, okay. No, I know what you're talking about now. Yes, I have seen the can of Foster's up here.
Oh, okay.
Not a normal one. I mean, I've seen it. It's
Yeah, well, apparently it's been made in Canada for several decades now. And yes, Australians think it is for tourists, and they are correct. It's comes in a big oil can, basically.
Ted
You
said
think
when he
a
was in the
pint?
service, he had the oil cans in.
You think a pint is something big? Foster's can is like, ooh, jackpot. But
Ha-ha!
that and Tui,
Caught
which
a
is
bugger.
another
You caught
supposedly
You caught a rat.
Australian
Oh,
rat.
it's, okay.
John,
rats are bigger.
brought the ice out again.
It's a
Rats are
Bella.
bigger. Oh yes, he is in Indiana.
They
It'd be
do
nice to
make
all
it-
get the ice again.
they do make
What?
it in Canada, but they also make it in Fort Worth, Texas, and Albany, Georgia.
Oh, I would not drink Foster's from Albany, Georgia.
Why not?
Albany.
It's from a Miller thing. Ooh, it's the time.
Miller. Oh.
That's a lot of
Actually, technically, there are two rats on screen right now.
This way.
Hey, Ted.
Hey, Ted.
Thanks,
Hey, Ted.
Ted, for letting me go
Yeah.
play with these people this weekend. It was fun.
Well, minus Rich, me, and Zach.
Did you hear his voice? He goes, I don't want to hear what you did.
Oh, yes, you
Wait
do.
a minute.
Oh, no, I don't.
Actually, there's what is this?
Forgive me,
It's the first time he's seen that Donna says hi.
Hang on a
What,
minute.
what kind is this again? Barrel.
I wonder if he's seen the.
Bourbon barrel caramel. It's got nuts in it.
Ooh.
I wonder if he has seen last Saturday's Stupid Clock broadcast.
Have you seen? Did you watch Stupid O'Clock last weekend? No.
He needs to
Probably-
watch that. That's-
Probably a good thing you didn't see that.
Where's the taco sign? Kiri wants to know. He said that he doesn't remember.
That's a safer fly.
What did you do with your case?
I don't know. I lost my earbud case, and I have no clue what I did with it.
It's here because I've seen it.
I blame a cat.
And Donna says, of course it has nuts.
There's a nut right there. There you go, Kiri. There's my taco sign.
Dawn's showing off her. And of course, no evening's complete without a
Some
little
sweet
bit
drizzle.
of
Gotta have the sweet drizzle.
sweet drizzle.
Sweet drizzle.
They didn't have that at Waffle House.
No, I'm still trying to franchise that out.
But they did have maple syrup.
Mm-hmm.
They did. And
Yes,
blueberry
they did.
waffles.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you had, blueberry, the second day? We took her back the second day.
You took her back to. You didn't tell anybody else.
We were leaving town Monday. As we were leaving town, we said, "Hey,
Oh, okay. I wasn't awake
It
until
was
after
kind of
y'all
half
were in that.
spontaneous.
no."
Y'all were probably in Indiana before I was awake.
Hmm.
Well, probably because Lindsay said she couldn't get you up. So
Normally, that's not a problem.
Hey, Rich, this is when you put the 20 bucks. It's 20 bucks sign up.
where's the not the green room sign? That's tomorrow night.
Oh, yes. Tomorrow night's green room.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, during the middle of Last
There
Man
you
Standing tonight,
Rich.
I will actually turn 66 years old. So tomorrow night's green room,
It's your birthday party.
I'm going to be.
Dan's birthday.
Several
Yes.
sheets to the wind.
Mm-hmm.
And when have you not been
I
used to
needed that one this weekend. I needed that one during HallowCon.
I'll tell you what. This Statesman was good, straight. but on the ice, it's even better.
Yes.
Just a
Yes,
couple.
it's,
Did you see that Statesman that Chris poured for himself when he finally got a chance to have
I
some Statesman?
I did see that. I was like, "Whoa, dude!"
yeah, that was actually larger than the bottle. I was surprised
He
you
brought
had
in a
some
whiskey
left.
glass and turned it into a whiskey glass. Okay.
I want to say that was 5 fingers, 4 or 5 fingers.
That was more
Mm.
than I had drunk all night, and I was pretty good by then.
Oh,
Pretty well oiled.
evidently I was
Rich.
very, very bad.
Too bad this isn't the green room. We could hashtag Chris got 5 fingers.
Mm.
Write
Hey,
it down, Donna, for tomorrow night.
and there's no telling where Chris's 5 fingers wound up at the end of the night. Seriously.
Put that on the marketing for next year. Come to HallowCon.
Wait, no, we didn't. That was Sunday. No, I was about to say. I wish
Yeah,
we'd
it was
gotten that
Sunday.
on-
Nobody knows about Sunday.
Yeah, I wish
it's
we'd
like
gotten that on the stupid o'clock broadcast.
it's like the green room. Nothing gets recorded historically on Sunday.
Mhm.
Although we did have a good time. We did have a
Oh, yeah.
really good time.
It was fun.
Oh,
Now,
it's good time sometimes.
yeah, I started to say it wasn't that much of a dead dog party, but we turned it into a really good one.
He was sentenced to death. Apparently, he had a very good time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it
Hey,
was
Rich, Joe Dog had everybody working really hard, and taking down the con. And so a lot of those folks weren't able to come out. And so we got kind of tired of waiting on them to start the party. So we started our own party outdoors. And it continued till
Well into the night.
yeah.
Well into the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Well into the next day. Oh, well into the day after the next day for some of us. God, I don't know how I drove home.
I made it home.
Well, yeah, but you weren't driving.
I was at the end of the night.
Because she still had another 2 hours to go past Carl and Don.
Yeah, she had to.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, I don't know
could've
how you
stayed
could
here,
manage
but
that.
she thought better of it.
That's still like 9 to 13 hours to detox. I
You
mean,
almost got me, Carl.
Sorry.
That's all right. You can buy another keyboard if that happens again.
And I think at one point in time, we all broke everybody else the whole weekend. Everybody was broken at one point in time.
Yeah.
Didn't you all go broken?
Zach had
That
Oh, that's
has
twisted.
nothing to do with it. Our previous conditions before we arrived has absolutely nothing to do with it. But it was a whole lot of fun. It really was. The entire weekend was nothing but fun.
So
And that's a testament to Joe Dog that he can engineer with John's help and Skunk's help and Chris's help, can engineer this situation where nobody leaves unhappy. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. You can't do that with a bigger con.
no.
You can't do that with a bigger con at all. And we ought to give a shout out to Megan. We really ought to, because the food was awesome.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the food.
Kiri,
Bacon
stop worrying about trolling Joe Dog. He'll do it for himself. All you got to do is give him enough rope.
The part
Does
I
anybody
love.
know if you tried the eggs and or the pickles?
I don't.
Maybe that's why he's not on the show tonight.
No filters for that.
Well, actually, yes, they do have a filter that actually makes it smell like mint. But and
You'll want to be in the green room tomorrow night because there'll be something about that.
Oh,
really,
Dawn, Lindsay did have a question about hashtag pickles.
you know, it's kind of funny though.
I'm serious. Lindsay was not there to experience it. She was at the table, so she asked me what was going on, and I go, "I'll get back to you." It's a long story.
Well,
Oh,
it
Joe's-
started out during the Oracle,
Yeah.
and everybody kept saying pickles, and I had that jar of pickles in my room that I was going to give Joe Dog. For the record, they were horseradish pickles.
Hmm. That's what I thought.
And so everybody kept talking about them, and I ran and put my stuff up by Aunt Donna. I ran up to my room, got the pickles, sat back down, undid them because I had them kind of all cushied in some paper and plastic bags, and I stuck them ever so slowly between the seats where I was sitting right behind the scribe. And she was trying to write, and she looked down and saw the horseradish pickles, and she ended up on the floor. As I was told at one point in time, it looked like she melted onto the floor as she slid to it.
That's what I heard.
You know what's funny about that too is Joe lost his walking stick, his cane,
Yeah.
Again,
and kept
how many
wandering-
times?
And he kept wandering around looking at people, trying to figure out who had stolen his cane.
Yeah. Yeah. That was
And what was funny was he left it in his room.
yeah.
Of course. Oh,
So that was the start of the pickles thing. But then it got talking about cherries, and then Aunt Donna squeed. It was a really the Oracle was fun.
Mm-hmm. That's what I heard.
Oh, I wonder about that.
But Joe Dog didn't get the pickles to the next day.
Joe Dog lost his cane because he left it in the banquet room where we were eating, and that's when the glass exploded in his hand and cut his finger.
hmm
So he walked off without his cane. Now, okay, then the rest of the con, he walked around with the bandaged up finger with duct tape on it.
Yeah, kept
Yeah.
walking around like this the
Of
whole
all the
time.
fingers he would cut.
I think he did that on purpose. To be
Yeah.
fair.
I'm sure. Essentially, it was a different finger that was cut. He's just going, I need blue tape all over this one.
And the one gal said you need at least 2 stitches in that finger, and he said no, I just need some super glue and a duct tape. And I'm like, whatever, dude, you go for it. And that's what he did.
And somebody had super glue.
Yeah. Well, of course.
Imagine that.
It's a convention. Somebody's going to have super glue.
Here, Joe Dog, I have some hot glue. Would that help?
Aunt Donna said she put the pickles in one of the Oracle's answers because she knew I had the pickles because they knew I had the pickles.
That sounds like her.
Yes.
And if you've never seen horseradish pickles before, it was pieces of pickle, and there you could see the horseradish floating in the whatever fluid they were in.
I don't need that image in my head, please.
It was. I looked at it, and I like horseradish and pickles, and I would not touch that. No.
Really? See, no, I did. I brought Ruth a bottle of pickled okra, and my pickled okra has minced garlic floating around in it. So
Well, that'd be okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this was pretty gross looking. And then I'd shake it up, which made it even better looking.
Mm-hmm. It was like a snow globe. All the pickles.
Look at all the horseradish snow floating around in
Like,
this bottle of pickles.
yeah, it was pretty awful.
That reminds me, there was a really big major brand that bottles olives, and they do these specialty olives for the holiday season. And there was one that had blue cheese stuffed,
yeah, blue cheese stuffed olives. Yeah.
big olives, not the little bitty ones, but
You know,
great big.
jumbos. Yeah.
And we bought a bottle of that, and it took me forever to eat those things because evidently it was not a brand new bottle. It had been aging for a while. And blue cheese does not age very well in
Dan,
the
Dan,
pickling
Dan,
juice that
Dan.
olives do. Yes, Dan.
Dan, I'm eating.
You're eating ice cream. If you're not eating blue cheese olives, it should be all right.
Okay. The blue cheese ones I've never tried just because I'm not a big blue cheese fan.
I love blue cheese, but these were not the finest in the world.
Now the garlic stuffed ones, garlic stuffed olives, I love
Whoa.
those.
I've seen those.
that's
I've seen those.
And what's
That'd be
the?
good that'd be good in a martini.
Oh, I cannot remember what they're called. They're the dark olives that have the smoky flavor.
Oh, I couldn't even remember how to spell it to look it up. Caledonian? No, that ain't right.
I keep wanting to say calamari, but that's squid.
That's squid. Yes.
Enjoying your ice cream, Don?
Calamari.
Calamari olives. That's been stuffed by experts. Let me tell you.
Oh, John, you know I
Here we go.
love you.
Kalamata olives.
Kalamata. Okay.
Kalamata.
Well, those would be great in martinis, I think. That's
They have a smoky flavor to them.
yeah, that'd be all right.
Oh, and Chris is with us in the
Hey,
audience.
Chris.
Chris.
Hey, Chris.
I'm sorry we don't have a lap for you to sit in tonight, Chris.
Oh, or Chris.
Or a pillow.
Well, yeah, that comes later. That's last man standing. This is not last man standing.
Oh,
Hashtag.
John, what are you doing? Oh, okay, I see.
Yes.
Oh,
Actually, those are really, really good olives.
Yes, they are, and they don't cost much either. That's kind of. But I've got a jar of those down in the pantry right now.
I don't know what they do to get the purple pickling juice.
Oh,
But,
they're just dark olives.
All I can say is
I
I'm
know.
glad I saw a normal looking olive at the bottom because the rest of that did not look like olives.
Really?
Mm. Oh, I've got to
Yeah,
tell
they-
Lindsay we've
that
got a
pearls-
large jar of that brand of olives, but they're just normal olives, and I've got to tell her when I go back to work next week with the little cherry tomatoes that she's been putting with my roast beef sandwich or ham sandwich for the afternoons. Go ahead and put a couple of olives in there too, because that will go really well with the ham sandwich, the tomatoes, and oh yeah.
Chris said he'll live without a lap or a pillows.
well, that's good.
But he won't like it much. Kiri. Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
What, putting in the...
Oh.
That's all
They've got
right.
They've got the garlic stuffed ones, the blue cheese stuffed ones, the calamatas, and a jalapeno olive.
That I don't believe I would trust.
I think it's jalapeno. It's some sort of pepper. Yeah.
You wouldn't
yeah,
trust
I've
the
seen-
jalapeno olive, but you trust the blue cheese olive?
Not anymore.
You gotta buy them. You gotta buy them in a store that has turnover.
It's
Not the gas station. Not the gas.
It's like stocks. You have to trust something sometime. And
It's
I've
like-
learned not to trust the blue cheese olives.
It's like the
And,
best. The best place to buy pickled eggs is in a restaurant, a redneck bar. You know, that's the ones that have been sitting on the countertop in the 2-gallon jug. You know, for like
A
5
redneck
years.
gas station where they've been in that 2-gallon jug for about 17 years,
No.
right next to the jug of pickled pig's feet.
Pickled sauce.
Neither of which I'm going to touch, but
I've never had pickled pig's feet. I've had pig's feet. That's actually pretty good pork.
You've almost put Rich in a fetal position there. It's like
I would love to see Rich try to get into a fetal position.
I wouldn't.
Wait.
He was already kind of halfway cuddled up there, like, oh.
No, he's working on stuff. Don't give Rich a hard time.
Well, no. The talk about blue cheese and olives
Mm.
damn near had me doubled over wanting to retch.
Mhm.
Well, if it had been done right then for a party that night, rather than
Yeah,
put in a jar,
right.
it would probably be very, very good.
Put in a jar, stored in a store, dust collecting on it.
Yeah,
The
you don't.
first time I had blue cheese, actual blue cheese, not the dressing, actual blue cheese, I
Uh-huh.
got chemical burns in my mouth from it.
Oh,
I'm not surprised. It's some very stout
Yeah.
cheese
Never again.
material.
Never again. Nope.
I had a girl.
I actually love this stuff, but I can only have about, the size of your average D20. That's about all the blue cheese I can have in a week.
Okay. I
Yeah.
thought I was a geek, but I have never used the size of dice.
John, Americans will use anything except for the metric system
Yeah, exactly.
to talk about the size of something.
Yeah.
Sorry, Zach.
Not
It's
going there.
accurate.
Not going there. Not going there.
I can remember. Do
Stubborn
you
that
guys remember when the World's Fair was in Knoxville?
Oh God, yes. Look, they
Like it
ruined
was
the
yesterday.
highway. The traffic has been miserable ever since.
They changed.
Every road in Knoxville now ends in 500 feet, and there's concrete walls on each side. And you go, I've seen Tron before. This is not going to end well.
They
Chris
changed.
said there's a story behind that, and I want to know what that is. I'm just saying. Now go ahead, sir.
They spent hundreds of millions of dollars changing all of the freeway signs in Tennessee so that it had the distance to the next city or the next exit in miles and kilometers,
Okay.
just for the World's Fair traffic coming into Knoxville.
Because they knew the people in Tennessee was going to go, kilometers, what's that?
What the hell? I've never been to Kilometer before. Where's that?
It's up near Dolly World. You just got to go around the back.
Kilometers make you feel like you're going places faster, though.
That's
Did they change the speed limit signs to kilometers per hour too?
They did.
I think they did actually.
That can cause some interesting traffic.
It said 200.
Yeah.
But another funny thing that happened is a lot of the automobile manufacturers, about that same time frame, started having the odometer or the speedometers with miles per hour and kilometers about that same time frame.
Oh yeah. That was a complete. What's the word, John?
Clusterfuck.
Yeah.
That's approximately
what I was thinking.
thinking. Yes.
I was in the military. Never asked me for definitions. Okay.
Yeah, there was a word that was even more rude than that. That was what I was thinking of, but now I don't know what that word is. And
Foobar.
You'll think.
oh Lord.
Which of these numbers am I supposed to be looking at?
Oh, bleed. Okay.
The one that's going by real fast. No, if you're in Tennessee and you're driving,
Well, I'm going to use miles per hour because it's closer.
the speed limit does not need to be in miles per hour. It needs to be in Mach factors. Because most of them are about Mach 4.
That's about. Like
Especially around Knoxville.
Well,
You
and
want to
then-
know a sure sign of the apocalypse? Here's a sure sign of the apocalypse. If NASCAR ever starts doing their presentations in the metric system, There are literally it'll look like that scene from the Kingsman where they activate the chip and everybody's heads start exploding all over the place. All right.
Sorry, I was watching the other scene from the Kingsman the other night. So,
Can you
yeah,
imagine
that actually looks like something that would happen in Georgia, but
Atlanta International Speedway? They everybody gets in there and they announce we're going to be announcing the NASCAR event in the metric system, and it's literally the whole stadium and just be like just heads exploding.
A mess.
I don't know why.
You'd never claim that.
You'd never be able to tell NASCAR race from 285. I mean, seriously. Oh, that was a judgment, wasn't it? No. That shit's too thick to breathe. Excuse me.
Oh, God.
Well, that was a conversation killer, wasn't it?
No,
I
wait,
didn't
is
mean to do that.
The emoji, John, you were talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I've got another topic. If you're tired of that one, Ariana Richards. I don't know if that name rings a bell for anybody. She's the gal that played Lexi in Jurassic Park. Not your Planet Planet.
Oh, yeah. The computer hacker girl in the first one.
Yeah. She's 44.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she's gorgeous, and she's 44. I'm like, really? Really?
Well, Dawn, you're gorgeous and 44
No,
too.
see, I'm 44, Carl.
Yeah, but did you? I'm just saying, everybody saw, oh, that cute little girl.
Yeah, she was the cute little blonde girl that got the dinosaur snot blown all over her. I mean, just.
Yeah. And now she's 44. I feel very, very
old. What was the line? This is Linux. I know this.
I didn't realize she was that much older than me.
I so wanted that character to die horribly.
Yeah, well,
give it time.
I'm a hacker. No, you're fucking not.
Oh my God! Now you reminded me of that movie.
Yeah.
Hackers.
Oh, Hackers. Yeah.
I put that thing in that place where you put that one time.
I'll tell you what. War Games was much more authentic than.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Speaking of War Games, Curie, if you're still on, your avatar was so cute with that background. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Dawn likes your avatar.
Chris said that was a fun movie. I don't know which one he was talking about.
Hackers was bad,
yeah,
but fun.
I will accept that judgment, and I think you're absolutely right. It was not the greatest movie in the world, but at the same time, it was a lot of fun. The first 50 million times it was on MTV.
Now,
Fisher Stevens was probably the most unbelievable part of that movie.
He always is.
There was another hacker movie called Sneakers.
Oh yeah,
that one's much better, I do believe.
With Robert Redford and Dan.
That one is much more realistic.
Yeah.
In fact, there are actually companies that do red teaming like that today.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, why did you make me think of this? The Man with One Red Shoe.
I haven't seen that one. Okay.
Tom Hanks. Yeah.
It was actually a lot of fun, and it was actually, oh my God, this is so fucking annoying. At the same time, how could I describe this? If you take the Grand Theft Auto video games and turned it into a live-action spy movie
Mm-hmm.
and take out all the good stuff. Well, not all, because
Got all the good stuff.
there were a few points that it was really, really going, oh, this is almost as good as the Get Smart movie, but not quite. Which probably came later.
The Get Smart movie, the Smart Bomb, the nude bomb.
No, the one with the fellow from not The Office.
Oh, Steve Carell.
No,
Yeah.
he's from The Office.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
That-
I thought you meant the original one where Maxwell.
No. The only good part about that was you got a lot of the TV cast back together again for one more trip around the sun.
Wait, did
Barbara
wasn't there
Feldman.
an 80s movie with Tom Hanks too?
That was in.
Wasn't Get
Get
Smart
Smart?
in the 80s as well with Tom Hanks?
Steve
Like, there was another
Carell, yeah.
remake?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
It was actually a lot of fun, but the Man from Uncle remake was a little bit better.
And we just said the man from Uncle, so we know that Aunt Donna is smiling.
Yeah, she is.
So
Okay, yeah, Chris,
here's-
that was good. That was good.
Here's one more computer movie that I'm going to throw out there to see if I can make Richie's brain melt a little bit.
Uh-oh.
The computer wore tennis shoes.
Oh, I remember seeing that in the theater when it first came out. I'm old. I'm
John?
very old.
So the original was Kurt Russell
Yes.
back in, I don't remember what, 69.
60s. Yeah.
Yep, 69.
Yep. 60s, yeah.
Kirk Cameron was the
69.
remake in 95.
Don, it was
I'm
60.
so
They
glad I
remade
never
it with
saw
Kurt
that.
Cameron.
I'm so glad
Yeah,
I
you didn't
never
know
saw
that?
that. No,
The remake.
fortunately, until you said that, I was not aware of this abomination existing.
Yeah, 1995, they remade the computer
It
wore
was an
tennis shoes.
abomination, but it was 1995, and I was young.
It
And
was a good year for abominations.
Hey,
Who,
if you like him because he's cute, I don't care.
who was
he
the
used to
computer?
be, and now no, not
That was
anymore.
cool.
95
That
was filled with a lot of alcohol, so I probably missed it.
How do you think I showed up?
There you go.
Mm.
Who was the Kurt Russell part in the remake?
Kirk Cameron played
Oh,
Dexter Riley.
oh no, Kurt Cameron. Oh,
Exactly.
You got to remember.
Where was
Russell.
Scott Baio when we needed him?
there you go.
That's
Zapped. He was zapped. Okay.
He was
Kurt
Charles and
Russell
Chuck.
what
has
would Flying
been
Boy
working.
Cano do? Okay.
I like
Kurt
Zapped.
Russell has been working since the 50s,
Zapped was good.
and he's who I want to be when I grow up, if I ever grow up. Jesus, even at his age, which is a little bit older than mine, he is not unhandsome.
Who is that, Dan?
Kurt Russell.
Oh, Kurt Russell.
Goldie
oh, yeah.
Hawn's significant other.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Kurt Russell, man, when he played Snake Plissken to try
Oh,
to
he had a small part on a couple of episodes of the original Lost in Space, and even earlier.
Mhm. But he was still playing a good image, though, right? I mean,
Yes.
he wasn't.
No, he was a villain in Lost in Space.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
He was a self-centered, nasty little boy in Lost in Space. Yes,
Oh,
indeed.
yeah.
He was cast opposite Billy Mooney, so
Yeah,
Kurt-
but that's still not Snake Plissken in Escape from New York.
oh
That was a role for him. That was a change right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You looked
Well,
at the can.
he also played the pilot in The Thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. Wow.
You haven't seen The Thing with Kurt Russell?
Not the remake. I've seen the original.
Oh,
he was in the
He was in the first
John
remake.
Carpenter version.
I'm
He
one
was
of
in
those.
the
I'm one of
John
those-
Carpenter version.
I'm one of those get off my lawn guys. I watch the old version, and if they say, "Oh, hey, it's a remake," I say, "No."
Trust us,
No.
you have to watch the John Carpenter version,
Yes.
if only for one thing:
Okay,
But
Spiderhead.
no.
Yes, Spiderhead. You have to watch it for Spiderhead.
This will make sure that you never sleep again in your life.
the chemistry
I don't
between
need that.
Kurt Russell and Keith David, or David Keith, I can never remember which
Dave,
order his name goes in, was just freaking phenomenal. I loved it.
Yeah, and quite frankly, I've been watching Kurt Russell since the 50s,
Mm.
and he has never done a part that was not worth watching.
Now, another favorite Kurt Russell movie of mine is Soldier.
Soldier was a good one.
Yes.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
Oh
which-
God,
yes.
that's epic. That one's right on up there with Buckaroo Banzai and Rocky Horror Picture Show and
Yes.
Watch
Phantom of the
Buckaroo
Paradise.
Banzai on Halloween.
Well, I love Soldier because he has so few lines. It's all just
Emote.
emotion.
Mhm.
You know,
I'm a chick. I loved Overboard.
Oh yeah,
Overboard was a great movie.
he was great in that.
Golden
yeah.
Child.
yeah.
Golden Child, yeah.
Tango
No,
and Cash.
Kurt Russell
Oh,
was
Tango again. Oh,
The Golden Child, isn't that?
That was Eddie Murphy.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking. Unless there was a different. Is there a different?
Unless it's a different Golden Child. Yeah.
Could be a different Golden Child.
Now here's the topic that I know will hurt
Oh, yeah.
Dan
Oh.
and Rich as much as it's hurting myself right now. IRC is like Discord, but for old people.
Oh! Ow, that hurt me too.
no lies detected, but Jesus, that's a rough way to put it.
I think I found my IRC password the other day. I was thinking, I wonder if that's still around.
Of course, it's still
It is.
around. I talk
It's
to
on the
Larry
internet.
Niven
It
every
never
month
goes
on
away.
IRC.
Technically, MySpace is still out there too. So.
MySpace.
I think
Does
I
anybody
officially
have their
broke Richie.
ICQ number?
I'm hoping that
4929847.
MySpace has been vacated on MySpace, but
Joe, did you just rattle off your ICQ number?
I did 49298473.
Oh, I had to look that up. I can't remember crap for that kind of stuff anymore.
I probably still got that shit installed.
So apparently, Richard Asplund is the Swedish version of John Smith.
Mm.
And the reason I know this is because my dad ended up with like 4 or 5 different ICQ numbers
Oh,
because he kept forgetting it, so he would just remake it.
ah.
So I went in to try to find which ones were him, and there was like 428 Richard Asplunds
Oh,
in ICQ.
wow.
Jesus.
So he forgot it on a daily basis, is what
I
you're saying.
no. Like several of these were in Swedish.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Dad didn't
Well-
speak a lick of Swedish. We're Swedish, but he didn't speak a lick of Swedish. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be fun.
That would fit in with home movies, though.
And I just realized my last comment got Carl to take his hat off.
Hey, Statesman is warming me up from the inside. I don't need a hat now.
Oh, by the way, I don't think we talked about this, but Grant funded tonight. Oh, we did, didn't we?
Oh, good.
Oh, we didn't hear it.
Congratulations, Grant.
Yes.
Grant funded. We get our Mooney cards.
Yay. Yeah.
How much time is left on that
11 days.
Kickstarter? 11 days?
Till the 13th.
All right. I am hoping like hell the estate check gets cut between now and then, so I can go ahead and kick in for that Kickstarter.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
this is really off topic.
Wow.
I had to call the people in charge of my 401k and my retirement pension and change my phone number
Hmm.
on my cell phone as the security recovery thingy.
Hmm.
And I'm going, okay, yeah, I'd like to change my cell phone number on this for the security, text me stuff and make sure it's me. And he goes, okay, when did you start working at this company? And I go,
Huh.
1978. And he goes, sudden silence at the end of line. It's
I
like,
got to get a calculator, sir. I'll be right back.
calculator. He had to hire 15 people from the Indian office with the abacus, and he goes, "Oh, holy shit! You started working when you were 18?" I go, 19, but I was born late in the year, so yeah." And I'll be retiring in February, and I'll have to clean this 401k out, empty it entirely. And he goes, "I'm not sure the company could function without your money."
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
something like that.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, yeah, you still got my pension plan. The company turned that over to y'all, so that's going to be rolled over to an IRA, but 401k, um, gimme, that's my money.
Mm.
Um, and he's going, okay, you call us in February when the company stops putting your paycheck contributions into
Mm.
the 401k,
Mhm.
and we will gladly do that. Well, we will not gladly do this, but we will sadly do this. Hey, it's a big investment company.
Yeah.
They've got all kinds of stuff, so they're not going to miss that little bit of money that I've been saving for a long time.
Six people in India who were in charge of adding yours up are probably going to be out of work. Full time jobs for.
That's okay. They can reapply to Facebook for the helpline. Um, no, and uh, this is more than a little bit frightening. It
Mm.
really is. This will be the first time in 45 years I will not have a weekly paycheck coming in,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and that scares the living crap out of me.
It did me.
But
It did me too, Dan. But it's worth it because when your pension starts, boom, boom, hitting your
mhm,
bank, and you didn't do anything for it. Well, not now. You didn't. You did it in the past. It'll be worth it because you can sit there and go, "Wonder if I got my money yet today?" And you check your bank and say, "Oh, yeah, I did. Good."
mm,
And I didn't have to
uh,
leave the house. Yeah,
Well,
it's
you
worth
left the house to go get a Muncie.
Yeah, I did, but
Retirement is at least 17 years away, and I'm still freaking out about it.
yeah, it's it's
Rich, it's something you're gonna have to get used to. The closer it gets, the more frightening it is
mm,
until you're actually inside of it, and then you go, "When the fuck was I so worried?"
I'm still convinced that I'll be working till the day I die, and then they'll figure out a way to resurrect me to take care of some weird tax debt that I wasn't aware of or something.
yeah.
You've been talking to my mom. She wants me to keep working until I'm in my mid-70s, and I'm going, "No, Daddy did that." And
It's okay,
then
Rich. It'll give a job to Tucker because he'll be the one that have to resurrect you.
I did not take a sip. Thank you. I was just about to.
Sorry.
I was looking at my retirement the other day, and according to it, I get to retire about 2 weeks after I die. So
There you go. Sorry, Joe.
There was a time in my life when I thought, I can't retire. The minute that I'm out of debt, the comet will hit and the world will end. I'm going, now when I am roughly a month away from retiring, 2 months, I'm going, fuck it, let the comment come. I'm ready.
I probably would not have been retired so early because I left several years before, I was
Your
gonna get.
job is a whole lot more annoying than mine was.
Well, yeah. But I wouldn't have probably been able to do that if my father hadn't bought Apple stock at $1.62 a share back before they bought Jobs back. Okay.
You
Steve
have
Jobs
seen
had been off of Apple for a while, and they brought him back, and he had bought the stock at $1.62 a share.
you have seen the movie Blast from the Past
Thank
at
you,
least
Dad.
once,
Appreciate
haven't you?
Yeah.
That's exactly the way I feel. I'm going, um,
The ice cream shop.
What?
is now a bar.
Ipanema toothpaste. Why do I still have 6 cartons of this?
Ipanema toothpaste.
Yeah, really. And Joe Dog wants us to shut up so he can sleep. Joe Dog, turn off your connection to the
Yeah, why
channel.
are you doing it? Why are you watching?
That doesn't make sense, Joe Dog.
Excuse me. Makes sense. Joe Dog, do
Yeah.
you not
Oh, true.
understand
Yep,
this
I did meet him.
dichotomy?
Okay, I stand corrected.
That was one thing in HallowCon that y'all missed is that there was a roast for Joe Dog that Chris did, kind of like a surprise. Hi, surprise!
Yeah,
And
Joe planned it. I mean, seriously. But he didn't know what we were going to say.
mm,
And
And now he shut up.
having grown up with the Dean Martin roasts of everybody, I knew exactly the way this thing was going to have to play out.
I think I left towards the end because it was just like, ooh, ouch, ouch.
It was Stupid O'Clock was starting, so we all missed the very, very
So we
end.
all went
If
to
we
the
were
end.
on, if we went on to be on Stupid O'Clock.
Yeah.
So Dawn and I were talking after my stream last night. Could you imagine how quickly that hotel would probably end up bursting into flames if me, my wife, Hockert, all rolled up there, especially with Richie?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It wouldn't burst.
Next year.
It
Next
would
year.
not. It would not burst into flames in the slightest bit. That's a very well constructed hotel.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Woohoo!
Woo!
I don't know if I'm allowed to come back next year.
You're allowed, except no ice for your drink at the Waffle House.
Okay,
All right, John.
deal. Okay, John, is that good? Deal.
I don't
Bruce?
know. That's,
John's still in therapy.
I don't.
John,
I don't know. I don't know why John has ordered a 5-gallon bucket of ice from the Waffle House for next year.
Well, let's not forget that the guy that I beat for pumpkin chunking, he was giving me the evil eye the rest of the weekend too.
I think
Nathan was like, "I'm gonna get you." I'm like,
I even saw his wife sitting over there with the number 2 plate, and she was like really upset. It's like, you better watch out for pumpkins.
Oh, the
Don't be
easiest way to
friendly.
avoid that is go. I won last year. I'm not able to play this year. It's within the rules, whether it is or not. Just go.
I wasn't even. I got up from a nap. I walked out. I got on the patio, and all of a sudden I hear Joe Dog scream, "Dawn Duelist, get over here! I'm half sleeping yet." And he's like, "Here's a pumpkin. Throw it at that person." Okay.
You're really. I'm not
Although-
awake yet. You annoy me. Bap!
If he said jump
Although
off a
the-
bridge,
I-
would you do it, Don?
Did
What?
you see what Joe Dog said?
hey, we have some very nice bridges in Chattanooga. Okay?
Yeah. Well, from a mayor.
I think he was
Yes,
trying
the book is coming out soon, John. Or John. Joe.
Thanks.
Joe.
Damn it.
What's worse, Dan just calling you Joe or be putting ice on your shirt, John?
Not equal.
Okay. On a more serious note, I gotta get this in here before the show ends.
Oh,
C sharp.
Get your stash, Don.
My nephew, Connor Smith, just last week released his first album.
Oh, wow. Good.
Cool.
And he will be performing at these, it's called the Signal now. It used to be the Centennial Ballroom at the Choo Choo Trade Center. He will be performing there on November the 11th. I know this because my mom insists on dragging me down there. But no, I'm kidding. She does insist on dragging me down there. But the whole family's going to be in town watching.
Yeah, as they should.
Sort of a semi-homecoming. He was born up in Franklin, Tennessee, but a lot of his family is.
That was almost its own state at one time.
It was at one time. The capital for the state of Tennessee was in Franklin. And then for some reason they moved it to Nashville.
Oh, God. Now we've been threatened.
Uh-oh.
No, him not putting clothes on was a bigger threat. Just saying.
No, I'm going. It's like 8 minutes till the end of the show, or 18.
18.
And Joe Dog's going to come in and
besides, last Saturday I didn't have clothes on for the show, so it's fine.
Yeah, I was wondering what body part that was.
Yeah, but you were burning wood. Or burning. Or burnishing wood.
More,
It isn't almost the end of the show, but maybe Joe will hear that and he won't come on. Yeah,
that chance, he's got to shoot off his mouth.
It's a preemptive strike.
Oh no! Did Rich disappear under the desk?
Uh-oh.
No, he walked out.
Okay.
Out the door.
I didn't see him.
No, we missed Dawn.
Dawn took off. Oh,
Dawn's probably getting into her outfit.
Yo, okay. Yeah, there you go.
Dawn, don't change your clothes on camera.
She's just got to put her
Excuse me. Dawn can do whatever she wants.
She's got to put her strap on.
No wonder Joe Dog's coming back.
The first time I ever had to say that during a launch live stream talking about a Japan rocket was that was a very long 10 minutes. Are we go for strap-on release? And, there's a whole sequence of events with strap-ons.
Is that the name of the rocket or something?
It's the name of the boosters on the side.
The boosters they have the side, yes.
Their rocket has like 4 to 6 boosters on. Yeah, there you go.
And they call them strap-ons.
They call them strap-ons.
Okay.
And they come off in pairs.
They didn't realize what that translated to English, right?
No.
He came back just in time, Richie.
Yeah.
I think. Oh God! Can I say this was straight?
Joe here?
Wait a minute! I don't know who's making that noise, but it wasn't me.
It's Joe.
It's Joe.
Okay.
Joe's muted.
Joe ate some of your pickles.
Apparently, Joe Dogs had the pickled eggs.
Yeah, the pickled eggs.
And the pickles.
Oh Lord. Oh.
But Joe's
Green
muted.
Room tomorrow night. You'll hear it.
I don't want to.
Yeah, you will want to.
Yes, you do. Zach, you really should show up in the green room more often. You're a very intelligent, very witty, and very entertaining fellow.
I'm going to throw this out here for all of y'all. It is a comedy that everyone needs to watch. It is a classic comedy. Oh, there the guy is. He's showing the stitches.
Oh,
that finger?
Oh, that looks horrible, Joe. Yes. Is that infected?
The story is thrilling, but it's a tale from
No.
I hope that's not infected.
No, it's not infected.
Oh.
Just a good scar.
Chicks dig
Next-
scars.
Next time when your doctor writes you out a prescription, pay attention to it. That was a very powerful prescription. The second glass of wine explodes as you reach for it.
There you go, Donna. Yeah.
Yeah, Carl, you were there. You saw it. Boom, boom, boom.
Flatulence harmonics. That's what that was. He just farted in the right key and the glass exploded.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think that's good enough. I think this was supernatural.
It was something. It
Is that the supernatural brown note almost?
It was something. I don't remember any notes being, except Joe Dog yelling afterwards.
Holy
There wasn't much yelling. It was like,
Oh,
There
What
was
I was
shock. There was shock. There was this moment of shock where it's like, what the hell just happened? And then it's like, I've cut my finger.
We came out in the con suite. I go, "You okay?" You go, "I fucked up." I'm like, "Ooh, okay. I'm just gonna walk away now."
I wanted to say this right before Joe got here. A comedy that everybody needs to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's a classic. Hollywood Nights.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
If you have never seen this before, you have to watch it because it was the comedic start for the who's who in Hollywood back in the day. That all of them later became major stage comedians.
Who was in it? Because I've heard the name, but I can't think of who was in it.
Richard Wall, Danny. Who's the boss? What's
Tony Dan.
Oh,
Tony Danza? Tony Danza
Yeah.
was in it. Richard Wall. Let me think who else. Michelle Pfeiffer,
Fran Drescher,
uh,
Randy Gomo, Lee French, Michelle Pfeiffer.
there's a French Michelle Pfeiffer.
No, Lee French.
Oh,
And the-
okay.
It sounded like you said something. Like
about
you said-
half the cast from Hee Haw was in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm there.
Mm.
I know them.
T.K.
Not
Carter.
personally, but- Ooh, okay.
If Barbie Benton was in it, I'm
Was
there.
she? I don't know.
You said half the cast from Hee Haw. That would include Barbie.
But is that in the half that was in it or the other half?
Yeah.
As long as
Um,
I ain't saying
I
that in the
think,
here.
I think Misty Rowe played a car hop.
Oh. Okay. I'll take that.
Yeah, I had a big crush on Misty Rowe.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Steve
obvious.
Ballard, Phil Burrell, Herbert Bress, Don Clark, Michelle Drake.
But it's a hilarious movie. You ever get a chance? I mean, it's just
Another great comedy is Noises Off.
I'm sorry, can you hear it?
Yes.
Noises Off. It's got Carol Burnett and Christopher Reeve, Mary Lou Henner, Michael. He played the butler in Batman.
Kane.
Michael Caine.
Thank you. Yes, and John Ritter was in there, I think, too.
Hmm.
Great cast. Noises Off. Another great comedy. We've never seen it.
Kentucky Fried Movie, of course.
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. of
Yes.
course. Classic.
And then of course you got the Airplane, series.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a
Yeah,
Kentucky
like
Fried
I
Movie, and
know.
there was another one out at the same time called The Boob Tube,
Mhm.
and it was a toss up as to which one was funnier. I think they were both amazing. I actually got the clip from Kentucky Fried Movie that was the prequel to
Well, I didn't help at all.
the why will my brain not work at this moment?
Not enough
The
steak.
prequel
Because you
to
pickled it in whiskey.
pickling it should make it last longer, but doesn't seem to be happening. Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon. They had a parody of Enter the Dragon
Yeah.
in Kentucky Fried Movie. I actually put that as I re-edited Enter the Dragon to have For a Fistful of Yen as the opening of the movie to Enter the Dragon. And I have, for the people who have borrowed that from me, I have yet to hear any complaints because it's hilarious. But what was the name? What was the name of the bodybuilder from that?
Big Jim Slade.
That's the one. I do believe. Nobody's complained about having that in front of a Bruce Lee movie since I made the edit. And speaking of edits, Carl, I hope you have been enjoying the Doctor Who stuff that
I have.
That I mean, there were so many more things that I could throw onto those thumb drives that you had, but I filled up that one that had so much space on it, and I'm going, if I do any of the others, it's not going to be as good as this because this has the classic stuff.
Hey Dan, I don't know if you know, the first one, Unearthly Child, the first Doctor Who ever. The writer of that passed away. His son is a rampant racist. Okay, he has decided that Ncuti Gatwas as the next Doctor is an affront to his father, who wrote this episode. He does not like the BBC. He has retracted all rights to that first episode of Doctor Who ever. It will not be able to be seen by anybody who doesn't already have it, and you gave it to me. Thank you, sir. And so I saw it the other day, and a lot of people will never be able to see that until that guy dies, I guess, or something.
Or he becomes close to an asshole.
He has given a price.
Probably die first, but
yeah, he has given a price to the BBC that they will not pay to show that first episode. So they are giving away all of the rest of them on iPlayer for everybody in the Britain at least to see, or anybody with a VPN to see. But nobody will be able to see the first episode except those of us who have it. So thank you, Dan. I appreciate it.
Well, there's rumors that they're going to bring it to Disney Plus, apparently.
Yeah, it's already on Disney. It's already on Disney Plus, but just the new stuff. The classic stuff is still going to be on another streaming service.
Well, and I only saw this.
Max still holds rights to the 2005 through the end of Jodie arc.
Yeah.
The new Tenet stuff going on is supposed to be on Disney Plus. So,
well, and something I saw this morning was that they're going to start like this new season is going to be season 1 in the naming or something. I saw this morning. I can't find it, but
wow, okay,
that it's like a full restart.
But it's
I have a quick question for Joe Dog before the end of the show. Did you open the pickles yet?
No.
Okay.
I haven't even opened the egg yet.
Wow.
Okay. He hasn't even opened his eyes yet.
Poor Joe Dog. I would just like to say, poor Joe Dog.
Hey, he works his butt off, and the show is over for another year, and you know, he, John, Kyle, Chris, everybody, all the con staff, everybody has worked their butt off, and it was such a good show. The con was amazing, and I
Mhm.
loved every minute of it. And I'm still trying to figure out where the hook comes in or the knife goes in for me being a guest author.
Well,
I'm going,
uh,
okay, you want to put me in the corner? Yeah, that means Joe Dog can't get behind me.
Well,
Dan
you know
asked
that
me
joke.
that. I
You know
got
that joke about the guy that jumps out of the airplane without a parachute. The whole
Mhm.
way down, he keeps saying, "So far, so good. So far, so good." Yeah.
Dan.
Oh,
Dan, I don't know if you saw we were having a meeting with the hotel as you were leaving.
Nope.
Yeah, I got some bad news.
oh.
They renewed the contract.
You got to do it again next year.
God, you're stuck, Joe Dog.
Why is that bad news?
I got to do it again, damn it.
And the sad part is, he's already starting on it. So
Hey,
that's-
Dawn, it's
Yeah.
time.
He started on it 5 years ago. Seriously, do you
I'm
not
getting
know how
ready.
Joe Dog works? He's so obsessive about stuff. He
Yes,
gets it
Carl.
planned before there's anything left to plan. And Chris is going, oh, what have you got me into again?
No, he said you're welcome, Dan.
Yes, I know, but I can read Chris's mind like a magazine.
I paid him $20 to slip a cube of ice down your back.
Oh,
John would pay you $20 to slip an ice cube down my back. Paybacks are a bitch.
Nope.
He knows better.
Your bust earbud. That's
he's a smart guy.
plastic piece, the rubber piece.
I'll make it
Yes,
$20
yeah,
and a
okay.
moon pie.
$20
Play,
a
play
moon
my,
pie.
play my theme song. Oh, by the way, Donna said naked Ted. Just half naked.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the night once again.
Hey,
Yeah, I'd like to
Don's
thank
already got the sock puppet out.
3 minutes to go. 2 minutes now.
Actually, we normally start at 2 minutes early, so that's
Let's
Dan's
do
gonna
this
his,
thing.
birthday edition of Last Man Standing.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Dan!
Happy
Thank
birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Art.
Dan. Early.
I'm going to switch over and let Aunt Donna take over for me. So,
Good night, Carl.
Good night, Carl. Thank you
nice,
very
nice.
much for being with us.
nice
Yeah,
seeing
thanks-
you, Don,
thanks for
and
doing it,
Zach, and Rich, and Joe.
You too,
and
John.
And
Drew's
Dan.
friends,
Dan.
pals, amigos.
Dan.
Yes,
Hey,
dear.
Dan. Happy birthday, you old fart.
Thank you. I'll take that.
Good night, everybody. Push the button,
I'm,
John.
I got
I'm
Good night,
still
folks.
living, so.
Oh, I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space. Put out my hand and touched the face of God.
I am Frau Blue.